Hello there, sweet sister goddess, and welcome. Peekaboo, I see you. How are you today? Ready for Twin Flame Tuesday? Indeed. Definitely for myself personally, feeling to be in this liminal space, right? This void space between what was and what is coming next, but we're in that major transformation space, right? Where we're not quite there, but we're not where we were. So this is where the magic happens, though, goddess. This right here. In this space, we have the greatest amount of power to create on purpose any reality we desire to be experiencing here. Because that's what you are. You are a creator. You are here to anchor and create this new earth that is rising as the old earth is crumbling. I hear Bruce Almighty, Jim Carrey, the bedrock eroding beneath us because it wasn't stable. It was not for the highest good of all. And that's why we're here, dear goddess. Welcome to my channel. My name is Rochelle Richard, and here we explore all the glorious space, facets, perspectives, all these wonderful ways of looking for and finding your power all along your self-love empowerment journey, and of course, that which is for my twin flame sisters, our healing twin flames self-love empowerment journey, because dear sweet goddess, that is exactly what a twin flame journey is. It is a self-love empowerment journey. Our twin is our mirror. They are us incarnated in another body, which is why it is most important that you turn your attention to yourself. I know what it is to get caught up in that twin flame trap. I mean, it's so divinely beautiful that a self-love empowerment coach, before my counterpart ever came into my realm of experience, I was so sure I wanted no man. I wanted it just me. And I was in such an energetic state of being, of self-love empowerment, that when he appeared, it was literally, I didn't even see it coming, but that was it, is I wasn't looking. In fact, quite the opposite. I was actually very excited for the life that I had just created for myself I had made a checklist vision board, because there are different types of vision boards that we can create. And this one was just like a checklist of certain aspects of my life and what I desired. And nowhere on that, nowhere was there mention of any relationship. Of course, having a history that I have, well, with men, it is not surprising that here I am in a twin flame connection, on a twin flame journey. And oh, wow. I love it. Even the most excruciating times, because why? It is exactly this. A journey of rebirth. It is a journey of you at the deepest levels being forced to look at yourself and really truly come to know you. Because that's why you're here. You are here to release all of these layers, all of these perspectives of limitations, these limiting perspectives. There we go. Limiting perspectives that say you can't be with him because you're so much older, or you can't be with him because their culture dictates arranged marriages and you're not it, or you can't be with them, be together because of whatever limiting construct is dictating to you, because you live on opposite sides of the world. Whatever it is, goddess, we are here to rewrite these these templates. We are here to create literally an entirely new earth wherein love, period, love, because that's what you are. And that's what this rebirth that you are in the midst of, that's why you are in this liminal space. You are literally in this cocoon space, which again, I reiterate, is the time magic happens. It is the time where you are most powerful, but you've got to be the one to let go of those limiting perspectives and allow yourself to be reborn. Allow yourself to be reborn. Recognize how strong you are, how much power you truly possess, because it is inside you. I promise you, I assure you, the power is and always has been in you. You are the one that has to allow yourself to see it. Allow yourself to feel how strong you are. Allow yourself to feel how powerful you are. Because that power is what is fueling what you're creating. Now, what are you feeding? Are you feeding your old stories? Are you feeding the claims that men are pigs? When in doubt, blame a man. If something goes wrong, oh, what did he do? You know, or if you're saying that I don't want to be with anybody, just men are just drama, I don't want it. Any of these stories that are of your old version that actually literally are telling the universe, I don't want my twin. I do not want this connection, even though, right, you're longing for him, you're yearning for him, you're pining for him. It's because you've got to be real with yourself, goddess. You've got to be real and have compassion. Be kind with yourself. It does not serve you to beat yourself up when you see that you've been, well, beating yourself up, that you've been telling the story, the old version of yourself. You've been telling how it was. You've been regurgitating these limiting perspectives that, again, men are pigs and you know, when in doubt, blame a man, all such things. That men are just abusers and they're only, I'll tell you one of mine, sister, that I had for a long, long, long time. And quite honestly, my beloved has mirrored how, ooh, we are at the roots of that puppy. He mirrored that recently. And that's why for me, I had to recognize that in order to really, truly have compassion for myself, I needed to take that step back. I needed to say, you know what, this is just perpetuating this detrimental cycle between us, this sabotaging pattern. And I know that you cannot think your way out of the same problem you thought your way into. Meaning, it's like what the visual that I have in my mind is when someone has put their head through the staircase, right? The poles and the staircase, and they put their head through that. And it doesn't tend to work to just pull your head right back out the other way. You have to come up with a different solution. And that's exactly what this rebirth is about, is we are creating new and better solutions that truly serve humanity. That's what this new earth is all about. It's about creating communities and connections with each other that far, far transcend any physical. There's words to are so evasive right now for me, but to not be so judgmental of how a person looks, to really see the soul within. And that's what you're also being asked to do with yourself. This is why, again, when you begin to really recognize the power within yourself and how strong you are, and that you are actually an infinite soul being having a temporary human experience, then, dear sweet goddess, your entire world shifts. And it's so much easier to then anchor into your strength, to then align with your power and harness that. But But again, be kind with yourself when you recognize that the stories you're telling is creating the reality that you're living. Because it does not serve you to beat yourself up. It doesn't serve anybody. Instead, again, through your own kindness with yourself, that is you practicing kindness and compassion to then express out into the world. But we must practice with ourselves. True love begins within, from where it expands outward to envelop, encompass, and embrace those around us. That is my own channeled quote that came, 2-3 years ago now? Again, that is true love begins within, from where it expands outward to envelop, encompass, and embrace those around us. And that is why, again, dear Goddess, why we as twin flame goddesses are here to really be the love. And I know it's so challenging right now. I know it's challenging, especially with our counterparts, when they are showing the most excruciating wounds within, because they will. That is the blessed gift of the twin flame mirror, is for them to show us the shit we'd rather not see. Because back in that day, I was so sure I had everything figured out. I knew what I wanted. And, well, I thought that I didn't need to worry about all this over here. Wrong. Hello. Time to be reborn again, yet again and again and again. Every time you become a new version of yourself, you experience a rebirth. You are shedding a skin. Like, that's why scorpions, out here in the Phoenix Valley, we have, I call them demon spawn, is honestly what I would call them, because they're not very, they don't look very fuzzy. In fact, I just got goosebumps because I've been stung so many times, but I actually, as they say, I have scorpion medicine in my body coursing through my veins. I have so much because I've been stung so many times. But the representation of a scorpion is rebirth, is literally shedding that exoskeleton and being reborn. And that's what you are doing right now, Goddess, which is why it is so important for you to stop obsessing about him. I know, sweet sister, easier said than done. And I know you can tell by my saying that in the way that I'm saying it, that I feel you. But I assure you that when you finally reach that point that you can recognize that I am actually being detrimental to the connection by constantly focusing on him and focusing on physical union with him and having my intention for doing any of my healing work for physical union with him. He is not your mission, Goddess. That union, that physical union, is the byproduct of you stepping into your twin flame mission, of you rising and thriving into your power. Here, which is again what this whole rebirth is about, what this recognizing what your strength is, that it's within you, because you are here to expand. You are here to be a part of the collective expansion. Right now, all of humanity, all of this entire realm is going and growing through an ascension process right now, where the old is falling away and the new is being birthed, a rebirth of Earth from 3D to 5D. And again, 5D is unconditional source love. It is expansive beyond what anything we have experienced thus far in this world. And that is why we're here. We are here as a part of this expansion. We are here as contributors to this expansion journey, which means, again, as you expand in your knowing and understanding of yourself and your own journey, in your own twin flame journey, because every twin flame journey is unique. And that is what my clients find with me. That is why I have so many that come to me going, I'm so confused. I'm so overwhelmed. There's so much contradiction out there. I don't know who to believe, who to follow, what to listen to. My role as a self-love empowerment coach, because I will not sit here and tell you I am a twin flame union coach. No, ma'am. That is not my mission. My mission is to empower you, goddess, you, into your knowing, into you trusting your knowing, into you trusting your journey, because your journey is uniquely your own, and nobody but you can choose what that looks like, can know what that looks like. And that same goes for your twin flame connection. I know for me, I experienced so many naysayers, so many tests along the way of, am I going to just, dismiss all of this? And believe me, doubt is a major component of the twin flame journey, right? Because through doubt, that's how we grow faith. You see the connection there? Through doubt, we look at that and go, wait a minute, is this serving me? Is this empowering me? And when you look at faith, nothing religious at all, because I am not religious, I am spiritual. There's a difference. Faith is simply defined as a belief in the unseen. And dear goddess, we can see acts of love. But in terms of feeling that, there's a little gnat here. I've got most of them cleaned out. I've been cleaning out my poor beloved plants, my babies here. I did not know that all these gnats, because I researched, they come in new potting soil. So when you go to plant all your babies, because right now, here, I want to show you really quick. Look at what I've done right there. I had to put, because my other one that was kind of hanging out with us here, ooh, she didn't do so well in the cleaning process because of all these critters, but I digress. We do our best. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. As I was saying, however, we are here to learn, grow, expand, and ascend. And as we expand in this understanding, in this knowing of each our own selves, because that's all you really truly can know, goddess, is you. Yourself, your journey, your mission. Yet what do? We allow all these others outside to dictate to us, to influence us, and throw us off course. And let me tell you, sister, that definitely happened for me in my twin flame journey, very much. And that is why I am here so much more anchored in my soul mission, which turned out to be a twin flame mission of empowering goddess into and through, rising and thriving into their power along their journey. So, courage. Oh my goodness. I have to tell you, I have a tattoo on my shoulder that I've had for 20 years now, more than 20 years. And it is an Asian symbol. I got it in Kansas, of all places. A place called Ink Slingers. I'm not even sure if they're still around. If they are, shout out to Ink Slingers, because they were awesome way back then. But it was a choice between love, passion, and courage. And I knew that I had enough love for the world. I had enough passion to follow my purpose and to live my life fully and to amplify that love out into this world. But damn, I was sure as fuck gonna need some courage to shine that light. I'd been bullied, I'd been teased, not just by kids at school, but by my mother. And I'd been suicidal since 11. And so we're looking at that I'm 20. I was 20 when I got this tattoo. Yeah. Courage. And I still have it, and I love it just as much today, if not more so. But that was an intuitive decision, and now I love it. How many people have you heard that get a tattoo and go, oh, it's time to get a redo and a cover up or something? No, here I am more than 2 decades later, and I'm still loving that first tattoo as much as I did the day I got it. Okay, well, maybe not the day I got it because it hurt like a bitch, but I remember telling the guy, you're getting my shoulder blade. They will be able to identify my body by the tattoo on my shoulder blade. He just laughed. It was quite funny. So this is what you're being asked right now, goddess, is to really tap into that courage, to see how brave you are, to see the strength within you. These are tied together. You are so strong. You are so brave. Oh, there is my little Obi love. Find your brave. So I'm going to give you this number right now. 902. 902 is definitely an angel number for today for this message, Twin Flame Tuesday, which is find your brave. I actually have a poem that I wrote before this Great Awakening began, and I will put that link down below. It was one of the first times I had gone out performing my poetry. I really had never done it until the last couple years. So yes, it is titled Find Your Brave. All right, dear Goddess, because that is what you're being asked to do. You are braver than you believe. You really, truly are. And what's going to allow yourself to see this is make a list. Take time and journal out a list of all the things that you were once afraid of in your life, throughout your entire life, that you were so afraid. I remember when I was assaulted, one of the times I was assaulted, I was so afraid that I would never be able to go out in public again. Or the time when my anxiety was so severe, I was so afraid to leave my house. And then years later, after extensive healing, thank you very much, I end up flying around the world by myself to go be with my twin flame physically in this realm for the first time. My first ever international flight off this North American continent. And there it was. 30-hour one-way trip. I'm telling you, Goddess, you have the power to shift anything in your life. You want to experience something in particular, you've got to allow it. And this is why I say, allow yourself to see your strength. Allow yourself to see your courage. All right? Find your brave and be kind. Again, be kind with yourself when you discover that you really have had all the power this whole time. Shift the stories that you're telling. Really look at yourself. And this is what this is about. The strength is being strong enough and courageous enough to look at yourself, to be able to even utilize the twin flame mirror and say, oh, I see what you're showing me, and I really feel inside that it is best that I take a step back for a minute. My love has been blocked for a couple days. I'm just like, no, I'm done. I no. Thank you for continuing to show me this, but I gotta take a break. And this was in our Super Sign Sunday message as well. Take a break. You, again, Goddess, you are going through extensive energetic upgrades, an intense rebirth. You will not be the same when all is said and done, and you are not supposed to be the same. You are an evolutionary being. That is what expansion is all about. You can consider expansion and evolution to be very close in hand. Because as you evolve, you expand. You expand into a greater depth of knowing and being able to participate in this experience here. Because you have come to uplift humanity, Goddess. You are a light warrior. You're not just a light worker. You are a light warrior. And there is a distinguishment between the two. A light warrior knows she has come here to create change in this world, to not just plug into the matrix and comply and follow along and do what you're told and fit in a box. Because you weren't made in a box, Goddess. So why would you force yourself into a box? It's all part of a divine plan. You are helping to seed this new earth. You have been preparing for this for lifetimes. Again, Earth is graduating from 3D to 5D. And you're on the warrior team to ensure that this happens. We are laying the foundation for future generations. Those of us who have experienced extreme trauma and abuse in our lives, unfortunately, this generation that has just come into this realm will experience a lot of healing that they will need with all the child abuse having been normalized. It's really challenging to see. But that is why we are here and why you are being prepared for all of this right now, for what is to come, Goddess. This is just the beginning. Okay? We're laying the groundwork right now for this new earth. All right? As the old is crumbling, the new is being, if you've ever seen a house being built, and again, everything in life prepares us for what we are asking for. Everything in life prepares us for our purpose here. And my parents decided to build their own home when I was 13. And so I got to watch the process of what is involved in building a brand new home. You have to prepare the foundation. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, amplification right there, Goddess. You are doing the foundation work, and I'm here to tell you right now that is the most important work. That is why the old is crumbling, because it was Swiss cheese, the bedrock eroding beneath us. As well it should. It needs to, because it was not for the greatest good of all of humanity. It was for the greatest good of those few at the very, very tip top. Well, that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. Is to guide souls into and through finding their power so we can all rise. So humanity rises. That is this mission of uplifting humanity out of the abyss of pain and suffering and oppression and that it has been in for millennia. We are here to liberate that. We are here. You chose to be here during the greatest time since Atlantis. Goddess, the greatest time since Atlantis and Lemuria. You chose to be here for this. So, this is so important to look at this. Again, with this rebirth right here, this rebirth card, it's so important to look at who you no longer are. Who do you no longer want to be? What characteristics about yourself, what personality traits even, do you like to say things that, because I heard, there was recently someone that said, oh, I'm always so impatient, or I'm always this, or I'm always that. Wait a minute. Pay attention to those things that you're saying. And if it's contradictory to really being anchored in that unconditional love, then that is out of alignment with who you truly are. Because who you truly are is this glorious, energetic, infinite soul being having a human experience here. And you are creating and guiding this experience for yourself. Your higher self is right there, just going, hey, psst, over here. Right? And I know for me, there have been times, especially on this twin flame journey, where I've said, you know what? I followed you. I'm so mad at you because there was nothing but heartache and pain. But you know what? No, there's been such beautiful things because of my counterpart coming into my life, that just because right now, where we are right now, it's like, no, baby, I love you, but I love you over there. Over there. I'm going to do me and you do you, boo. Okay? And we'll come back through. We'll come back together, because here's the reality of this. When you truly trust, truly recognize that as twin flames, you are never, 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 ever, ever, ever separate from your counterpart, then you're perfectly okay with what the physical looks like. You're okay with saying, you know, oh, I see this pattern here, and I'm gonna break this. I'm gonna be the catalyst, because guess what? I am the catalyst. I'm gonna choose that this is no longer in alignment with who I truly am, and therefore I'm gonna take a step back and allow the momentum from this pattern between us to be more clarified, to lose its momentum, to lose its power over this connection between my counterpart and I. And then when we come back together, then it's that space of boom. Then it's that space of starting all over, of rebirth. So your twin flame connection itself is in the midst of a rebirth. You both are shedding these patterns, these ego sabotages that are corrupting. Oh, that's a good word right now. That are corrupting the connection and continuing this imbalance. It is time to really bring things into balance, dear goddess. It's time to recognize, like I said, that you are the catalyst, and you've got to be willing to take whatever action you are being led to take. Even if your ego wants to say, oh, but I love him and I want him here and I want him now. Well, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? For the greater good of yourself and of all, knowing that twin flames are mission-based first and foremost, and that it is your mission to heal, to shift paradigms of the old earth into the new earth, to rewrite and create a new earth. That's why you're here, to really look at what is no longer aligned. And then to get clear on what is. That, again, as I've said, is what's important about this rebirth space, about this liminal space of what was and what is becoming. This is where you are most powerful. So how perfect that we have a warrior woman. And I've just been telling you that you are a light warrior. You seen the Wonder Woman movie? Oh, geez. That was good. It's been a couple years, but that was good. That was one of those movies where it really makes you feel invincibility for a moment, right? That, because you are. The soul being that you are is invincible. It is invincible. Your avatar here is temporary, and it's always meant to be temporary. Sorry, I have one of these little gnats in my face. Oh, good, gumdrops. So, that said, ooh, there's always so much energy on my baby over there. That said, dear goddess, the overview, the summary of this reading for Twin Flame Tuesday, of this empowerment message, is for you to honor where you are, to be kind with yourself, all right, where you are. Don't getting frustrated and flustered with who you are and who you're becoming, and it's, oh, I fell back into that habit. Oh my gosh, no, I can't do this. You're stronger than that. Yes, you are. You are in the perfect place where you need to be, goddess. The most powerful place of all, which is this void space, which is the space where you get to harness all of this energy within you. And that is why taking a break is so important right now. Taking that time to disconnect, that's what I've been doing. I'm not doing it just because it's my birthday month. I am doing it because I, again, recognize that I need to take a step back, especially from my counterpart. Because, as I've said, when you have the perpetuation of sabotaging cycles, someone's got to take that responsibility, and as the more awakened twin, because my counterpart, he knows of our connection. He acknowledges it. He doesn't understand it, and he definitely resists it a lot. But I can recognize in myself that, ooh, listen to some of the things that you're still saying, Rochelle. That's why you're repelling him. Look at some of the things that you're still allowing from him. Ooh, that's why it's imbalanced. All right. So this is what, again, is so important for you, to see, dear goddess, is that you have to make the tough choices. You have to surrender to the journey, and wherever your soul is leading you, or your higher self is saying, psst, you got to come this way. I know based on reality, it looks like you're not going to end up together. I know based on reality, he doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't love you. He's not aware of your connection, blah, 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 blah. But your higher self is saying, but it's okay, boo. I got you. Come on. I know a secret way around. Let's take this trail instead through the forest, not the main one. Oh, Robert Frost. The two roads diverged, or the road diverged into two paths, and I took the one less traveled. I'm going to have to really look that up again, because it's been a moment since I've actually read that poem, and I love poetry. I am a poet and I know it. As I've mentioned, Find Your Brave will be linked below for you to go and listen to that, so that you can find inspiration in finding your brave. That said, dear goddess, when you are ready to look for and find your power with my support, I am here for you. You can book your session below through the links down below. And that said, remember, the power is and always has been in your hands, because it's always been inside you. Namaste.